Okay, this is tutorial website builder content block. This is working with graphics in the content block. Okay, what we're going to be doing in this video is putting in a graphic and then creating the padding and alignment to finish off this content block right here. So what we do is we find where we want to place the graphic. We're going to place this graphic right next to the headline here. So we're going to go grab the photo. We're going to be using a photo in this one. We grab the photo. It's a 300 by 300 pixel photo. If you're wanting to replace a photo, you'd want to make sure that whatever you're replacing it with is around the same size that you have before, unless it doesn't really matter on how you have it aligned and so forth. But for this purpose, we're just grabbing this photo right here. Say OK. It's going to place the graphic right next to the body. Now what we want to do is we want this text to start up here next to the top of the graphic. So we're going to click on the image. We're going to go to the icon tool right here, edit image. We're going to go to properties. We're going to do text wrap right image. We want the image to be on the right and the text to be on the left. So we're going to wrap that. We want to have a 1 pixel border around the image. We want to have it to be black. You can pick any color you want. We want want it to be black, and we want padding. We want padding around the side as well as the bottom. So we're going to set the padding to 10. So that'll put 10 pixels on this side, as well as this side and on the top. Now we can save this if we want to. It's up to you. Personal preference. Okay, so what it did was it put 10 pixels on top of here, 10 pixels on the side, and 10 pixels over against the edge here. Now as you can see, it has a little bit of content here. That sometimes goes away after you click out of the box. But in this particular situation, it did not. You can do one of two things. You can click back in the content and you can reduce your content down. You can do it that way. As you can see now, this is kind of dangling over here. So you just go back in, maybe create an extra space. And that way you have a nice clean line here. This paragraph ends, and then you start a new paragraph underneath it, whichever you prefer. You just don't want to have a little portion of a paragraph though hanging down here. Now you can go back in if the text is the size you want. You don't want to change that. Go back in, change the font back to 13. Remember, we put that line in there. Take that back up. Okay. You go back into the graphic, click Edit Image. Now we have vertical padding and horizontal padding. Now what we'd want to do in this situation, we'd want to add a little bit more vertical padding. So we're going to add 20 more pixels of vertical padding. That'll add padding here and at the top. So it'll leave the padding alone on the side. Then we say OK. Still got that issue here, so we're going to go back in, do a little adjustment. Maybe give it 25. Okay, so we have our paragraph. Our paragraph comes down and ends right below the photo, but it doesn't realign over here. And then we have our new paragraph starting off on the left. So that is how you add padding. And if we wanted this graphic to be on the opposite side, we just do the opposite. Our position stays the same, but where we want the graphic changes, so we can change it to the other side. Leave our padding alone, and it basically aligns it to the other side. No hard and fast rules about which is better. It just depends on the graphic, and it depends on the content, and you just kind of have to eyeball it and determine what looks best to you. But that's how you put a graphic into the content block, and left and right align it. And that's it.